So, what is fragmentation? Basically, fragmentation is a process in which uh, processes, when loaded or removed from the memory, they left out with certain empty spaces. Like as processes are loaded and removed from memory, the free memory space is broken into little pieces. And it happens after sometimes that processes cannot be allocated to memory blocks considering their small sizes, or maybe memory blocks remain unused. So this is the problem of fragmentation. And we have basically two types of fragmentations. One is external fragmentation and internal fragmentation. When we are talking about external fragmentation is what? When total memory space is enough to satisfy a request or to reside a process in it, but it is not contiguous, so it cannot be used. I'll just show you the diagram, then it will be more clearer to you. So this is the scenario. We have a contiguous memory, and when we are keeping on inputting or allocating the processes with memory slots, they occupy certain spaces, and the gray slots are the empty slots. So these empty slots may be very small, that cannot be allocated to any process, or maybe they are not contiguous and processes require contiguous memory slots. So they remain unused in the memory, which ultimately results to fragmentation. So the basically the unused slots are called your fragments, which cannot be allocated to any process or which cannot be reused anyway. So when we are talking about external fragmentation, so it is the total memory space which cannot be allocated to uh, any process because they are not contiguous. The slots are fragmented over certain location, different location, and they cannot be allocated to any process. And when we are talking about internal fragmentation, memory block assigned to process is bigger. So some portion of memory is left unused as it cannot be used by another process. So it leads to internal fragmentation. So in these diagrams, you can see how fragmentation can cause waste of memory, and a compaction technique can be used to create more free memory out of fragmented memories. So external fragmentation can be reduced by compaction or shuffle memory contents to place all free memory together in one large block so that it can be allocated to some other process and it can be reused. And internal fragmentation can be reduced by effectively assigning the smallest partition but large enough for the processes. So, students, as if now, if any doubt is there, please ask. So, under paging, a computer can address more memory than the amount physically installed on the system. This extra memory is actually called virtual memory, and it is a section of hard uh, that's set up to emulate the computer's RAM. Paging technique plays important role in implementing your virtual memory. So all the concepts of virtual memory are actually led into paging. So basically we will divide the whole program or the process into small pages and then load these pages into main memory. So basically the process uh, or the process address space is broken into blocks of small size called pages, and the size of pages is measured in the number of pages we are creating. So similarly, main memory is divided into fixed size block of uh, physical memory and which is called frames. So the slots that are divided into the main memory, they are termed as frames, and each and every page is loaded into that frame, and the size of frame is kept the same as that of page to have optimum utilization of main memory to avoid external fragmentation. So two things are considered. One is page size, then is frame size. So we actually map the pages of similar size into the frames so that no memory is wasted. So you can check over in this diagram. We have a process P which is been divided into equal size of pages of 100 bytes. So we have page 1, page 0, 1, 2 and so on till page n. And these pages will be loaded into main memory. Under main memory, we have divided the whole memory into certain frames. And these frame size are equal to the size of page. That means if we are using 100 bytes of pages, then they will be also of same size, almost 100 bytes, so that no fragmentation occurs. So we map these pages into the frames and then we execute them. So this is the basic concepts of paging. So basically, we have a data structure which is called page map table, which is used to keep track of the relation between a page of a process to a frame in main memory. So we have to maintain certain overheads maybe, or the additional information about the page number, offsets, or frame number and the offsets. So we can, or the operating system can keep track that which page is being loaded where into which frame. So operating system will simply refer to page map table for that. So when the system allocates a frame to any page, it translates this logical address into physical address and create entry into the page table to be used throughout execution of the program. So when a process is to be executed, its corresponding pages are loaded into any available memory frame. Suppose you have a program of 8 kilobytes, but your memory can accommodate only 5 kilobytes at a given point of time. So then the paging concept will come into the picture. So your problem can be sorted out with the help of paging technique. When a computer runs out of RAM, the operating system will move idle or unwanted pages of memory to secondary memory to free up RAM for other processes and bringing them back when they will be needed. So this process continues during the whole execution of program, where the operating system keeps removing idle pages from the main memory so that that slot can be allocated to some other memory and write them onto the secondary memory and bring them back when they are required. So basically, we have certain advantages and disadvantages of paging technique as well. So here is the list of certain advantages and disadvantages of paging. Paging reduces external fragmentation undoubtedly because we have similar page size and frame size, but still it suffers from internal fragmentation. Maybe we are having a frame of 100 MB and we are allocating only 80 MB. So 20 MB will be left out, or it will be not be used or allocated to any of the other page. So it will create or cause internal fragmentation. So paging is simple to implement and assumed as an efficient memory management technique. So this is an advantage. It is been assumed and it is quite efficient. And due to equal size of pages and frames, swapping become very easy. This is again an advantage. And page table requires extra memory space, so may not be good for a system having small RAM. So this is an disadvantage, because we have an additional memory. We need to have additional memory for maintaining our page table, which is required in paging. So this goes with disadvantage. So as if now students, if any doubt is there related to a fragmentation or paging schemes, please ask.